The Flash, Ezra Miller knows something that we don't about Ben Affleck, basically mocking him on his Instagram story about Ben Affleck, saying that the Flash movie is his last appearance in the role. This is weird, this is interesting. Let's discuss the hope for Ben Affleck's Batman. What's going on, DC fans? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, the Viking. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for a brand new video every single day. What the hell is going on? What is the DCU? I posted on Twitter, basically, that the DCU is the biggest mood-swinging B-word of a franchise that I have ever met in my life. Jesus Christ, pick a mood, DC Universe, because, you know, being a DC fan is emotionally exhausting, because the Snyder Cut comes out as a huge success. Justice League 2 is going to happen. No, it's not. They move on. No air cut. You know, Michael Keaton's coming back. Ben Affleck's coming back. Then he says he's done. It's just very, very exhausting to be a DC fan. Some days you're excited to go onto Twitter. Other days you just want to cry yourself to sleep. But Ezra Miller, look, he's a weird guy, and I don't mean that in a mean way. He's a very interesting, exciting, artsy type of person. He says interesting stuff that make absolutely no sense, but he's entertaining. And I think in the Snyder Cut, he was absolutely fantastic. He was so good. And the reverse time scene where he saves all the Justice League members and basically the world, that was astonishing to look at in first viewing, and still is. So, the Flash movie is coming out later this year, and many people are against it, many people are excited for it, many people are in the middle, and I'm in the middle as well, because I don't know how to feel. Ben Affleck wants to be done, he doesn't like Batman anymore, to a degree. Now, that's Warner Brothers' fault, because their management of their talent, of Zack Snyder, pissed off a lot of the talent. Henry Cavill, Jared Leto, Joe Manganiello, Ben Affleck, you know, and the stuff with Joss Whedon. It was just a bad time, and Warner Brothers never handled it properly. And they lost a lot of their talent. Ben Affleck was doing a lot of interviews for his recent Amazon Prime movie, The Tender Bar, directed by George Clooney, which was pretty good actually. And he was saying that his best work as Batman has been in the Flash movie. He's very happy with what they did, and this is his final chapter in the role. And he also had a direct dig at Warner Brothers, which I talked about on the channel, where he said that he hopes that they maintain the integrity of what they shot, which is a direct shot at Warner Brothers, because they've messed with a lot of Ben Affleck movies in the past. Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, Zack Snyder's Justice League. They even messed with his own movie, Live by Night, a few years ago as well. So he knows exactly what Warner Brothers are like, and he does not trust them whatsoever. That's probably one of the reasons he's getting out of this universe, getting out of that company, because of those certain executives that are still there making these bad decisions. So him saying, I hope they maintain the integrity of what we shot because it was really, really good, that gives me great hope in what Andy Muschietti did with this movie. But then again, Warner Brothers could go in and say, cut this, add this, get rid of this, and that messes up the movie. That's another DC movie that is messed up by the executives at Warner Brothers. But with Ezra Miller posting what he posted on his Instagram, it opens up a can of worms, on top of a million questions we already have for the Flash movie. And the only one who can answer these questions is the movie itself when we watch it later this year. Because we are wondering what is happening. Is the Snyderverse being erased? Is it being restored? Is it in a different universe? Is Batfleck alive? Is he dead? If he dies here, can he still be in the Snyderverse? Is he somewhere else on a different timeline, retired? Why is Michael Keaton now the DCU Batman? Why does he have a Robin when Ben Affleck's Robin died? Why is Batman Michael Keaton's Batman? Why is his Commissioner Gordon now Jim Gordon, who was Batfleck's Batman? So many questions, and the film is the only one who can answer all of these. And I don't know what the film's going to be like. I don't know. I'm going to have to go in, sit down, watch it, think about and give my review, an honest review, because if it does shit on the Snyderverse and what Zack was doing, then of course I'll be pissed off. But Zack's VFX team, Batfleck, Ezra, Kirsty Clements, all these people are working on that film that worked with Zack Snyder and were part of his universe, but then Billy Crudup dropped out of the movie as well, who is a good friend of Zack, who worked with him on Watchmen and on Justice League and stuff like that. So we'll have to see. Right now the film could be great, but then Warner Brothers put their nose in and say, we're actually pushing it back to 2023. We're going to put Shazam in your slot. Okay, now we have some time, let's reshoot some stuff. That's what could happen. That's exactly what could happen. And that's what Ben Affleck means about keeping the integrity of what we shot. But Ezra Miller, the Flash himself, he's a weird guy, he's a fun guy, he's an interesting guy, but he posted this on his Instagram story last night with the caption, ha ha ha, very in Joker writing, and it actually reminds me of the Joker writing on the dead Robin in Batman v Superman. Pretty cool. So is Ezra Miller saying that I am the Joker from an alternate universe, or the Joker's in the Flash movie? But what's interesting is what he underlined. Now, he refers to an article that is about the Flash movie. There's an interview in this article about Ben Affleck being Batman and his last appearance being in the Flash. And Ezra Miller underlined one last time, which was referring to this is Ben Affleck's last appearance as Batman. Ezra Miller underlined it and basically mocked it by saying, ha ha ha. Is this new news for Ezra Miller? Does he know something that we don't? Has Ben Affleck signed on for a HBO Max series or movie? Or is he going to be in Flash 2 or the Justice League movie? What does Ezra Miller know for him to react in such a way, saying, ha ha ha, last time? That's not true. You think it's his last time? Ha ha ha. So, we'll have to see. I don't know. It could just be Ezra Miller making a mockery as well of WB having Michael Keaton as the new Batman and Batfleck is out. Now, I don't think that's necessarily true. Maybe if they kill off Batfleck and get rid of him completely, then Ezra Miller is laughing at that. But people, of course, message Ezra Miller on Instagram, which you can do, and he usually replies. I've talked to him a few times myself. I just told him I love the Snyder Cut. He says, thank you, Viking. Pretty cool that he replies to his fan base like that. So, somebody on Instagram, I don't know who exactly it was, but they go, can I ask something? And they send him a picture of his story. I'm freaking out. And Ezra Miller says this, fuck. Me tree, bro. So, Ezra Miller, is he trying to be funny? Or is he saying, I'm genuinely excited because I heard something unbelievable? Then somebody else messaged Ezra Miller and they said this. So the Snyder movies are not going to be erased, because that's the big thing about this movie from scoopers, from bloggers, that this is erasing the Snyderverse. That's why Michael Shannon is back, General Zod, that they're going to make a new timeline. Maybe Batgirl v Supergirl, which I would hate because of Batman v Superman. But Ezra Miller had this to say. Barry Allen erased his own origins? Preposterous. I mean, only if you wanted literally everyone to get killed by chemo forever. Like, don't misbehave or anything. Play your cards right. I'd be nice to him if you see him. Who is he talking about there? I think he's talking about Barry Allen. Now, I do think that we do, it's already confirmed, there is 2 Barry Allens in the movie. I think at the start, 2 of them will be good, but then one of them will end up being very evil. And I think the evil version of Barry Allen happens is because he thinks that he can save his mother, he can save his dad, and he can also save this timeline. And he does not listen to Michael Keaton or to the real Barry Allen, the real Flash, and he tries to do his own thing, probably making things absolutely worse. So that's what I think is going to happen in the movie. That's been my theory for a while now. But he talks about, that's preposterous. Why would Barry Allen delete his own origin story, which is Zack Snyder's Justice League or Batman v Superman? It makes no sense whatsoever. So, and it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Why would you get rid of those stories at all? So then where is Barry Allen's origins? So that's very interesting. He also says this, I mean, only if he wanted literally everyone to get killed by chemo forever. Now, does he mean like chemo was in the sickness, or is there like a villain in the comics? Chemo, I've seen people online saying there's some kind of villain with a similar name or something like that. And he goes like, don't misbehave or anything. Play your cards right. I'd be nice to him if you see him. So, very cryptic answer. Is he having a joke? Is he just mocking people? Is he just going along with this big skit? Or is he actually being serious in terms of he has heard something about Ben Affleck returning? He doesn't believe it's his last appearance. He thinks he could pop up in, a future DCU project. Or maybe he has heard that Ben Affleck has signed on for something behind the scenes. Look, I'm not jumping the gun. I'm not going to get absolutely excited. It's confirmed Batfleck is back, because we've been here time and time again. As I said, being a DCU fan is exhausting because your emotions are torn, they're pulled every single day because misinformation gets out, real information gets out, rumors, scoops, all that stuff. But the only answer is the Flash movie. And that will answer all of our questions. And then we can determine if we like what the movie presented to us or not, if it's respectful to the Snyderverse or not, which I really hope it is. But what's happening with Batfleck? So guys, another twist in the whole DCU commotion. Look, let's see what the movie does. Let's see what happens. Let's see what information comes out over the next few weeks. Look, I'd love for Jared Leto's Joker to be in the movie. That would be cool. I also kind of have a slight theory as well. We talked about the Joker as well in the Snyder Cut saying to Batman, I often wondered how many alternate timelines do you destroy because you don't have the cojones to die yourself. I do wonder if the Flash will visit the Snyderverse in terms of the Nightmare timeline. And he sees the future of a certain universe, and maybe that's why he has to change this one, or maybe he gets caught in that one and he has to leave it. And that universe, the Nightmare universe, is the Snyderverse, and it's its own thing over there. That would be pretty cool. I would love to see that. And then maybe that's where Ben Affleck's Batman is. And then down the line, hopefully, we get Zack Snyder's Justice League 2, which is supposed to be the Nightmare timeline. And the Nightmare timeline is fascinating to me. I love this scene between Joker and Batman. So much to break down. My jaw was on the floor when I got to see the Snyder Cut. And that scene was in it. Because Jared Leto's Joker was just fantastic. Batfleck there as well. Even though both actors weren't even in the same room together when they shot that. Unbelievable. But again, guys, we have to wait until the movie. But what's your thoughts on Ezra Miller either mocking Ben Affleck saying it's his last appearance, or he has heard something that Ben Affleck will come back for future projects? Or is he just messing with everybody being Ezra Miller? I don't know. What do you think of those two DMs as well? And what do you think happens with the Flash movie and Batfleck? Is the Joker involved some way as well? Because the graffiti is very similar to the one on Robin's suit in BVS. So many questions. Maybe you guys have some answers, guys. Let me know. Thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Get into the comments.